That's it.
And we'll keep it simple. Just this remaining craving.
This remaining craving.
And outside your eye, remaining curry craving.
Remaining curry craving.
Under your eye, remaining curry craving.
Remaining curry craving.
Under your nose, I really want it now.
I really want it now.
On the chin, and you can't stop me.
And you can't stop me.
On the collarbone, I really want it now.
I really want it now.
And under your arm.
Under your arm, right.
Remaining curry craving.
Remaining curry craving.
Top of your head, remaining curry craving.
Remaining curry craving.
And take another deep breath and have another sip of water, and then check in again and see where you are with it.
You never thought you were going to be hearing this morning, did you? Right, where am I now?
And it might have gone up, it might have gone down, it might be the same. There's no right or wrong answer. There's just an honest answer where you are with it now.
Probably slightly less. Probably 7.
Okay.
Probably 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do with the water, nothing to do with the fact that I had my salivary glands were going and I've actually put water in, so I've satisfied them to an extent.
Well, it's natural that your logical mind will start looking for explanations.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and people come up with all kinds of explanations, like you've just distracted me, or I didn't have a problem with that in the first place.
Yes, and the distraction thing, because I was thinking about that. If I'm tapping my fingers against my hand like this, it means I'm not thinking of curry.
Well, I hope you are thinking of the curry when you're tapping, because you're tuning into the craving.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you were able to distract yourself from curry, you would have done so already.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, fair comment. So how do you go on? How long do you have to do this before it goes, whatever it happens to be?
That is a bit like asking how long is a piece of string. For some people, if it's just a habit, and the kind of emotional drivers underneath have already been resolved, then a few rounds of tapping, a session or two, and it will be gone. It won't come back. It will take the craving away generally at a symptomatic level in the moment when you've got the craving, if you can be quick enough to get in there and tap. Right. Because usually when you've got the craving, it's so urgent, you can't think about anything else.
Because this could have, what I'm thinking is it could have huge ramifications as far as weight loss is concerned.
Absolutely,
because a lot of people have extra weight on simply because they have cravings for things for whatever reason.
Yeah, but the cravings are there for a reason, to kind of avoid or anaesthetise uncomfortable feelings.
Whatever they may be.
Or that it may be a result of conditioning from the past, being taught to override the body's satisfied signal all the time because you need to finish everything on the plate, or because you've had a hard day and you feel you deserve the bar of chocolate. We use food in different ways to reward ourselves or soothe ourselves. You may be eating because you're bored or you're stressed, or you may eat because you're angry with somebody. You just reach for the biscuit tin if you're feeling angry, and it's a way of stuffing the feelings down. So once you learn to recognise what's happening in the moment before the craving comes, and you can take steps to meet that need in another way, then the craving goes away by itself. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore.
Do you have to be qualified to practice this?
You have to be qualified to actually practice with other people, but you are encouraged to go to the official website in the States and download the manual free of charge and use it for yourself. Play around with it. It's so
it's
powerful.
Not dangerous?
It's not dangerous, no. It tends to be a very gentle process. As I've already said, the only time it would be dangerous would be if you were to sort of start experimenting with somebody who's in a vulnerable state to begin with.
OK, Linda, how long can you stay?
I can stay as long as you like to.
Right, OK. What we'll do is this. We've got the travel news coming up in a second. We've got other guests to meet. Chris Penhall is going to be twiddling her batons, which a lot of people have been looking forward to. And while the music is playing, I will carry on working with Linda on this, and then if we can get you back on air just before the end of the programme to see how we're getting on.
Sure.
Okay? So it's Dave Monk, it's BBC Essex. That's what you're listening to. Well, while you've been listening to the music, I have been going through those mantras again, would you say? Almost mantras with Linda. Would you
phrases to keep you tuned into whatever it is you're dealing with.
Right, because I'm trying to get rid of this craving for curry, which I do have, I admit to that. And it's gradually going down, but very gradually. But maybe it's because I've talked about it so much. Maybe I've bored myself. What do you think?
Could be. That would be a logical explanation, wouldn't it? But have you ever bored yourself talking about it before?
No.
No.
Okay, well, we'll keep working on that. I'm talking to Linda Anderson, and she'll be with me to the end of the programme today. She's from Saffron Walden. She does tapping to sort of get rid of cravings and to loosen blockages.
Yeah, release depression, phobias, insomnia. And you can try it on anything.
All right. Okay, we'll come back to you in a moment.
On digital,
Online.
on FM and AM,
Dave Monk.
on BBC Essex.
Now, Linda Anderson still with me. We're still doing this tapping, and just for anybody who's just tuned in, just very quickly explain what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Right. Well, we're tapping on your energy system to release blocked emotions that give rise to cravings, to release disruptions in your system.
Because I do have cravings, and I had a craving for curry yesterday, and it immediately came back today.
So we're using this brilliant stress relief tool called Emotional Freedom Techniques, which just involves tapping on meridian energy points, sort of acupuncture points on the face and upper body, and that can help you to get over your cravings.
And I'm looking at the curry now, which I have to say is cooling down.
Yeah.
So there aren't the sort of aromas that were around.
Would you like it warmed up again?
No. Around the studio right at the start. And to be honest, I can sort of take it or leave it now. When it first came in here, which was just before the 11 o'clock news, I had difficulty in stopping myself from just getting into it and devouring it. But now I can sort of take or leave it.
Right. So something's changed, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my logic tells me it's because it doesn't smell so much. And because I'm getting used to it. My nose and mouth are getting used to it.
Yeah, and that's the logical mind looking for an explanation, isn't it? Because this is completely outside the way we normally look at things. It's outside the box. So your intellectual brain is desperately looking for an explanation.
Yes.
We don't actually know how it works yet, but we do know that it does work.
What have you seen it work on?
I've seen it work on depression, physical pains.
Physical pain?
There's always an emotional part to a physical pain. So, for example, if you've been in, say you've been in a car accident and you've had a whiplash injury, and the injury's got better but the pain isn't going away, there's no obvious physical reason for the pain. It could just be that you're really angry at the other driver who caused the accident. And a few rounds of tapping on that physical pain and focusing your attention where it is and what it means to you and how angry you are at that person for doing this, the pain can just go. So it can have quite dramatic effects on pain.
What else?
Panic attacks, depression, so I've got a list on my side, I don't lose my place, headaches and migraines.
Headaches and migraines?
I used to suffer with migraines probably every 2 or 3 months until I came to the tapping. And actually I was tapping for a year before I persuaded myself it was worth trying on a migraine, because I thought, oh, my headaches, there's no way it's going to shift that. I just had to lie down and wait for it to go. So you were fairly sort of sceptical about it yourself? Still, yeah, even though I've been using it for a while. And then one particular time there was something I desperately didn't want to cancel, and I had this headache migraine coming on, so I did some tapping. First few rounds nothing happened, and I thought, well, I knew this wouldn't work for me. But I carried on and was more specific on the tapping points, and it went. And touch wood, since then I've probably had one migraine in about 4 years.
Okay, let's have a piece of music and then I'll continue tapping, because I'm still at about a 5 out of 10 for wanting this thing that's sitting in front of me. But quite frankly, I am sort of getting to the stage where I could take or leave it. So anyway, Dusty Springfield, bless your heart. Dusty Springfield, and I only want to be with you as long as you're not a curry. Linda Anderson is still with me in the studio, and we've been going through this tapping thing once again while Dusty's been warbling away. I've been tapping various bits of myself from the head and chin and eyes and under my left arm and so on, and been saying the things that you've been telling me to say. And I really don't really care that much about it. Yeah, I'd still eat it, but when it first came in the room, I really wanted it, and I wanted it right now.
So the urgency's gone.
So the urgency is definitely gone, and I don't know why it's gone, and I could probably give you a logical reason for it going, but all I can say is it isn't there anymore.
So what number would you be now on the scale?
Probably about 4.
About 4, okay.
Yeah, 3, 4,
Good.
something like that.
Yeah.
Angela Lodge has just joined me. Now,
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but you came into the room, you looked at it, and you said, I wouldn't eat that.
Well, I love curry, and I like making curry, but that particular one doesn't appeal to me at all. It does look a bit, no.
But see, what gets it's the smell.
No, the smell's not getting to me.
And that, I guess, Linda, is the difference, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's got their own thing that gets them going, haven't they? And their particular preferences.
Yours is red wine, isn't it?
Well, mine's any sort of wine, and I don't want to give that up.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to give up whatever it is.
It'd be nice to cut down a bit.
It's giving you more control, more choice when you have whatever it is. perspectives.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, Linda Anderson from Saffron she's been tapping me this morning and trying to sort of release my blockages. I'd say I was still sceptical, and I think you'd expect that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't make any sense at all, does it, to our logical brain?
Not at all.
But the thing is, when you're working with EFT, you're not addressing the logical mind. You're addressing disruptions in the physical energy system,
right.
Which is what gives rise to excess negative emotions about things. So once you tap and balance your system, you're still left with whatever unpleasant memory it might be, and you still don't like it. But now you can think about it, and it's not making you kind of go back there and have all those physiological responses of anger or fear or whatever it was.
It's going back again, a bit like a mixture of acupuncture and psychology together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
My pleasure.
I've really enjoyed it, and I don't actually want the curry now.
Okay, that's great. So something definitely shifted. The chances are that will come back though, Dave, until you start looking for whatever else might, what's giving rise to it in the first place. Don't
go there. Don't go there.
And if people want more information, there's lots of free downloads on my website, which is www.eft-essex.co.uk.
Brilliant. Linda, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.